a piece of tables from that data and try to perform left join and right join. So here you can see that country is there and there is a ranking type of there, right? A value. Then there again, country is there and D value in the ranking. So now let's try to understand what will be the output of the left join. So when we do the left join basically means join basically means matching the columns, print all those columns, uh, print all those rows where the columns are matching. So suppose if I am try to join these two tables on the basis of the country column. So wherever the country column values are matching in the country column, wherever the rows are matching, that row will be printed, right? But what about those rows which are not printed? Because of the equality condition that we put, those rows are not printed, but we can use that. Suppose I just want to print all the common rows from these, like Andorra is common in both these tables, right? I want to print all the rows of this table. See, you can see Canada is here, right? Belgium. See, you can see Belgium is here, but it's not here. So you want Belgium to be on the list. So what you can do is you can use left join. What left join will do is it will print all the common rows, but it will also print all the rows which are on the left table. So now let's look at it step by step. Andorra, it sees here in the country table. Now it will go to the table D and it sees here Andorra is there. So what will it do? It will do Andorra and then it prints A value and then D value, right? Now see the second column it goes. Again, Andorra is not here. It will, search the entire column. Andorra, if it finds again, it would do it. Otherwise, it won't print, right? So it works like a loop. Now, in the second iteration, suppose, right? Andorra is done. Now, Antigua and Barbuda. So is it there? It's not there. So what it will do, since we have used left join, had we used only inner join, this would have been missed because it is not matching here. But since we are using left join, it will be printed. So it will be printed here. It will be 2L, but there is no value for D, so it will be null. Again, Australia. Australia is there. Yeah, it is there. So 12 and 16, it will be printed. Similarly, Austria. Austria is here. So 12 and 16 is printed. Bahamas. Bahamas is here. So 12 and 16 printed. Barbados. So 12 and 16 printed. Belgium. Now Belgium is not here, right? So it will again print 12 and then D value will be null because there is no value. Now Belize 12, okay, and 16 here, right? It is there. So right. Cabo Verde, yeah, right, 12 and 16. Now Canada, 12 and 16, it will be printed. Now this is the output of the left join. Now you might be wondering what happens if we do the right join. So let's look at into the right join as well. So right join, you can see clearly. I'll just, yeah, reduce the size. So or what I'll do is I'll just copy paste here for your ease. Yeah, let's look at it now. See, now right join. So we'll start with this column. Now Andorra, is it here? Yeah, it is here. So Andorra will be printed. 12, A value will be 12 and D value will be 16. Again, Australia is there. Yeah, it will be printed. Austria is there. Yeah, so it will be printed. Bahamas is there. It will be printed. Barbados is there. Barbados is here also. It will be printed. This will also be printed. And it goes till Canada, right? Now Chile. Chile is not here, right? You can see that. So it will still print, but it does not have any A value. So it will say null. Now this time we are focusing on the right table, right? So that's where the concept of the right join comes. Now Costa Rica, and it will again be printed. Now how they are useful, obviously in this case it is, but in one more case these two joins are very useful. That is in union operation. Suppose you really want to combine all the common rows, left table rows which are not included in the right table, and right table rows which are not included in the left table, and the common rows, right? So you can do that by using union operation. But union operation allows you to just merge the rows, not the duplicate rows. There are just, if there are duplicate rows, they will be printed only once, right? So you can use a tactic or you can use a logic. Through logically, you can, do the full outer join, right? SQL does not, give MySQL especially it does not give you that function, outer join. So we can do it logically. Now, how will it be doing logically? So as you can understand through Venn diagram, we have left join where, duplicate values are there and the entire table is there, right? And we have right join. Now, these two have duplicate values, like the common region is repeated twice. Now, if we do union of it, so the common part will be just there for once, right? And this way you will get the full outer join. So how we will do it? So let's look at it. See, left join is there, Andorra is there, right? Andorra is here as well. So it will be printed only once because we are doing union, right? So it will be printed only once. Now, Antigua and Barbuda, it is here, right? Left join, but it is not here in the right join, right? It is not here. So what will we do? It will still be printed, right? Because of course, union we are doing. Australia, right? Australia is here also. It is here also. It will be printed once. Austria here also, and here also. It will be printed once. Bahamas, Barbados, Belgium. And Bahamas and Barbados are here also. Now Belgium is not here. So it will still be printed, right? And because we are doing union, and Belize is here, okay, Cabo Verde is here, Canada is here. Now this table is completed, but here in this table, 2 rows are still left, which are not in the left table. They will still be printed because we are doing the union. So in the union, what we will be doing, we will have 12 countries. 8 countries are common, 2 countries are only in left, 2 countries are only in right. What would have happened if we did union all? So now union all does uh, not so mysterious job, but what it does is it does not remove the duplicate values. Now, what I will show you is I'll show you on the SQL as well, and I'll show you how this thing works. So yeah, so let's look at it. Yeah, first I'll show you tables, right? How the tables are there, and then we can work on it. Yeah, yeah. So first I'll show you this table. Yeah, if I just run it. So this is the table, country AB. Yeah. So what we have done is we have selected country and a value from country and ordered by a value in a descending order, that is highest a values come from on the top, right? And limited. So this is the data that I was talking about. And then there is another data country from country and d value, right? We have merged these two data. So how we have done that is through left join. So what we have done is we have taken the table that I've shown and considered is T1 and then join left join using it T2, right? And what was the criteria, matching criteria? It was T1 tables country should match with T2's country, right? That is the joining criteria. Now in right join, what we do is everything is the same. It's just that here T2.country is printed. Here it was T1.country was printed. And then everything is same. Here what we do is right join. So what we are doing is we are taking the column of the right table this time. Now what we do, what if we perform union? So when we perform union, we can see something like this, as what I shown you there. And see 12 rows have been written, right? So 8 rows were common, like Bahamas, Barbados, these were common. But this was in table 1. It was on the left join table. And yeah, I can show you here. Antigua and Barbuda and Belgium. These two were on the left table, right? And in the result also you can see. So this is how SQL is printing. And these two were in the right table, right? So this is the result. Now I want to show you the result of union all. So how is this working, right? I have just written the code and you will see 20 rows have been printed, right? 20 rows have been printed. What has happened? So 8 here, 8 here were duplicates, right? So those have been printed. So 16, then 2 were on the left table and 2 were on the right table. And this way, you can also see that how this merging has happened. The SQL has done nothing to understand or remove the duplicate. It has just merged the rows, nothing. So you can see left join, we left at Canada, and right join, we left at Costa Rica and started with Andorra, right? In the result, you can see we start with Andorra, leave at Canada, and again we start with Andorra and leave at Costa Rica. So it has not done nothing. It has just merged the rows. This was a quick explanation I tried to provide in going into the depth of how a join is performing step by step. I hope this clears a lot of confusion. Actually, I faced a lot of confusion initially, and I overcome this confusion. Overcame this confusion by doing this. So I just wanted to share that. Hope you like that.